It's no secret that Genshin is in a bit of a difficult situation. It's something we all kind of know and can see at the moment. A lot of massive Genshin streamers and YouTubers are deciding to part ways with Genshin and go a different route. Now, I don't mind that. I think it's perfectly fine. You should do whatever you want to do. But I don't like the backhanded slander that they really give Genshin. And it's a bit disrespectful to their fans to 1 month say how great Genshin is, how much they really enjoy the game, and the next month say, this game sucks and there's no content. I don't like this game is so boring. I think that's a bit disrespectful to your audience who got you to the point where you are now and just jumping ship. Now, that's why this video is targeted towards the community itself, and I don't mean streamers or YouTubers or viewers. I just mean in general, we need to have a bit of a discussion because a lot of people may jump to the gun and say Honkai is to blame. Now, I think that's a bit of a silly answer because Honkai is still made from a Hoyoverse, so I don't understand the civil war going on between the two games. They're literally owned by the same company, so Hoyoverse doesn't care as long as you're playing one or the other. Trust me, they're not losing out. I don't really think they will lose too much sleep if their entire fan base picks one game over the next, because at the end of the day, they're still making money. So it's a bit silly when I see people argue one side of the fence very strongly saying, oh, Honkai is so much better than Genshin, or Genshin is so much better than Honkai. The only issue is they both take up way too much time to play, so I can't play both of them. Hey, I wish I could, but I just can't. So that's why I stick to play Genshin for now, and I am planning to play some Honkai, but we'll get to that later on. Now, Genshin is a great game, so it's very unfair for everyone in the community to kind of turn around and start bashing it. I do feel a lot of it is coming out of the previous issue relating Honkai, but I don't think it's really Honkai's fault. Maybe it's a lot of insecurity where everyone's favorite game is now getting disrespected. It's only because people perceive Genshin in a bit of a low point. But if you think about it, how massive is this game? Not every single patch is going to be mind-blowing. And the fact that they come out with constant patches on a month-to-month basis is still mind-blowing. I think we all have been a bit spoiled. I personally still haven't finished the game. But of course, Genshin really isn't made for, YouTubers or streamers in mind. So of course, if our voice in the community, the streamers, are disappointed, of course it doesn't look very good. Because these people, obviously, they're paid to play the game day and night, making content. So of course they're going to run through it and they're going to criticize it. I mean, this is their livelihood. So they're in a bit of a tight situation where their viewers only want to see one thing and one thing only, and they're in a race to see who can produce the best content about this one game. So of course, not the easiest situation for them, but now that they've seen another alternative like Honkai come out, a lot of them have jumped ship, and you don't really see a lot of these people make Genshin content anymore. A lot of the people I used to watch when I was getting started in Genshin, they just simply don't make videos anymore. That's why I decided to make more Genshin videos, because I've seen that it's getting left behind. That's why I wanted to actually support Genshin a tiny bit, because it's not really fair. The Genshin community on Twitter is pretty toxic. They seem to complain about everything. A new character is released, they complain about everything. We all know the Genshin community probably needs a bit of work, but I know it's not the entire community. It's just always the loudest people tend to represent everyone else the most, which is just the nature of how life works, unfortunately. Listen, Genshin is never going to be a super try-hard game. It's not going to be a competitive game. Gaming has evolved massively over the years, and even for me, it took me quite a while to understand what type of game Genshin is. And that's such a weird sentence, because I think I played a lot of games from the 360 era where you didn't have this expanding live game service where your game updates over time. Your game usually has a purpose. It's either a shooting game, it's an RPG game, it's a Japanese RPG. Very straightforward. Genshin is like none of that. And Genshin is majority, if I would say Genshin is a story game, of course it has the gacha system involved, but to just say that Genshin is a bad game because it's a gacha game is I don't think it's a sufficient answer, because think about how much game you're getting for free. A lot of AAA games you pay £60 provide you with way less content or way less hours than Genshin does. You don't have to spend a penny to really enjoy Genshin and be part of the community. You can do whatever you want. Yes, streamers will pay thousands of pounds because they can. It's their job. They'll get way more money back. It only makes sense. It's what people want to see. But like people like me or you who don't really want to spend a lot of money in Genshin, you don't have to. Maybe you can buy the Welcome Moon and you can... Honestly, the system in Genshin is really fair. You don't need every 5-star, you can get the characters you want. It's a bit confusing at first, but I do think it's fairly forgiving. because my favorite character, Chongyun, is only a 4-star, and I've gotten so many hours out of him. So to just kick the game when it's down by saying it's just a fancy way to take someone's money is very unfair. I mean, a lot of games follow this route. I mean, every single game nowadays has a battle pass. Every single game has DLC. Every single new AAA game is just a quick shoehorned in rehash every single year. So at the end of the day, every single game developer is after one thing, and unfortunately it is your wallet. But I don't think any other game gives you this much value than Genshin does. I believe Genshin has been fairly good to us over the years. Look at how much content they're giving us. And I do think they are getting better because the characters are getting more creative and imaginative. Like, I love playing as the Wanderer, and I didn't think he'd be a type of character that would have came out so many years ago. I don't really see a solution to the problem. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of this video is me rambling my thoughts on the situation. I should have had a script for this video. And one recent Genshin update that's been getting quite a lot of criticism is the TCG. Genshin isn't a hardcore game. We're not going to get too much end game content, it's an end game content like this, because what even is end game content? I still have not reached the end of the game, and I play a lot of Genshin. A lot of people I know still haven't reached the end of the game. It's only very few people. It's so hard to keep up with Genshin. I think the only people that really cry about in-game content are the streamers that have the privilege of playing the game 12 hours a day. A lot of us can't do that, and we don't have an issue with it. But if it's the streamers and YouTubers obviously saying this message, then it's gonna follow through with the fans. It is an absolutely massive game. It's a story open world game. It's not an esport. It's not gonna be like Valorant or CSGO. It's not meant to be that type of game. It's not meant to be like League of Legends. It's a lot of games I see nowadays, they're very obsessed about trying to have a competitive scene or end game scene, but Genshin isn't that type of game. So that's where a lot of people really get mixed up on. It is something I struggle with personally, because I was like, what is the point of this game? Why am I doing all of this? And the reason is, as cliche as it is, it's about the journey, not the destination. I can't believe I said that in a video, but yes, Genshin made me say that. It's not about trying to get to level 90. It's not about trying to get to AL 60. It's about enjoying the game as the game comes out. It's an expanding experience, and I really hope the game continues to expand, and you know, we can get through this kind of rough patch. Just because Honkai came out, just because a new shinier game came out, doesn't mean we have to step on the previous game as quick as we can. I've never seen a community switch up as fast as I've seen it do now. I don't think there's an issue with Genshin. I think there's an issue with the people playing Genshin right now. So take of that what you will. This video isn't my best planned video, so I'm gonna cut this at that because I'm rambling a lot. Alright, see ya.